So we are with Brandon and Brandi,
For sure.
Okay.
a BBG family, okay? Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
I love y'all.
We love you. Like,
Y'all are up here looking real good. I think the next baby's on the way.
Why you putting it on me? Like, what's up with you?
Because I saw you
What I do?
messing with her and stuff.
That's always.
always.
I can't keep my
Always.
hands up like in real life.
Yep.
Ow.
Black love. Come on here. Well, I'm glad you're here because the world needs to hear your story, your birth story.
Gotcha.
You all have
Yeah.
also experienced hospital birth and
Yes.
home birth. So I'd love to hear your perspective and just feedback on the differences in care that you received and, just kind of walk us through your journey briefly.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Well, so we have 3 boys. So our first boy, my first son, we were a little young. We were in our early 20s, and so it was a totally different
Sure.
experience.
Right.
A lot of love was shown in the hospital, but we were nervous. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just listening to whatever the government assistance gave us,
Gotcha.
to be honest.
Mhm.
All of that,
Mhm.
Medicaid, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then our second son, I really felt like I could have had him natural, all natural, everything. But because we were at home, and it took us about an hour to go to the hospital.
It's like an hour and a half with traffic.
Yeah, hour and a half. You're right, on a Monday in the middle of traffic.
Right.
We were at home, and I was dealing with all of the pains because I could tolerate pain very well.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
how, yeah. This one right here.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Talk.
You gonna have me sweating.
I'm sorry.
Baby number 3 came, and what had happened?
Right. So baby number 3 came, and we started off at the hospital. We started off our first trimester for
Mhm.
sure at the hospital, and it was in 2021.
Mhm.
So that was second year of COVID.
Got it.
So it was a very uncomfortable experience. This man, my husband, has always been with me for each appointment, each visit,
Right.
whatever was going on, he was always there.
Mm-hmm.
So the minute they told me that he could not come in the room with me for a regular prenatal
Mm.
visit,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, no, y'all done lost y'all mind. Like, I understand COVID is real. I understand COVID is here.
Right.
But my spouse can't be here for moral support with me.
Mm.
My spouse can't be here for me for just, I've never went through, the prenatal visit and the whole care without him here. Like,
Mhm.
he's the all-time best husband, all-time best father, everything. Like, what?
Right.
And so that was like, unfortunately, no. So it was a lot of back and forth. Like, one visit, they said he can be there. The next visit, he couldn't be there. Then the next visit,
Interesting.
we were trying to FaceTime, and they were like, oh, no, you have to put your phone up.
Wow.
And so we were like,
So,
yeah.
So whose idea was it to explore home birth?
Both of ours,
Yeah.
really. Because actually, for our second son, we thought after we had him, I had started reading about it, and I thought about it. I was like, hey, what about like having a baby at home?
Mm.
And then he's always so supportive. He was like, okay, I'm with it.
Right.
What? No hesitation or anything.
Right.
And so when we got pregnant with our third son, I just kind of forgot about it. And through the power of social media, this is what social media is really like, it really influenced. It's a good thing. Social media can be
Sure.
a bad thing,
Sure.
but it was a blessing. And I was just, going through social media, and I found Birth by Grace. I was like, and I'm really, really keen on like, is this a woman, and is she Black, and what's her background?
Mhm.
So when I started doing my homework, going through your page, looking through it, I was like, oh, let me set a consultation up. And I sent it to Brandon,
Right.
and Brandon was looking through it as well. Then he had started sending me so many videos of home births. You remember that?
So you got all in it.
I was excited. I'm always excited for my
Yeah.
kids, like for sure, because I think I experienced a lot in the hospital with her when we had our other boys, and I saw some stuff that she didn't see
Oh, okay.
while on the opposite side. Like with our first child, I saw like it was rushed, and I felt like they tried to play us because we was young. Although we finessed the system, saying with Medicaid and
Sure,
stuff, but it
yeah.
was just like they tried to get us in and get us out. You know what I'm saying? They got us this big old grand room. They got
Mhm.
us up in there, but they was like, okay, just push, push, push. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Like, you're not going to prep her for anything. You just going to let her get on the
Mm.
table and say push. And then when she couldn't take the pain, oh, let's bend her over and get her epidural. I'm like, hold on. Let's get her prepared for all this stuff you about to take her through, because if one wrong move, she's paralyzed. Y'all ain't got to deal with this no more. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is something that we're going to have to embrace as a family together. And so as time, went on, I never mentioned home birth to her about our second child, but even with our second child, we went to the hospital. Well, we rushed to the hospital on a Monday morning, fought traffic, got there, and I'm whipping. Like, I got in the driveway. I was cutting people out, blowing my horn, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when we got there, I got into the emergency parking area, and I'm blowing my horn like, hey, where's the emergency room?
Mm.
She's dilated and everything. We know she's dilated because,
Mhm.
so she has a high tolerance of pain. Get to the hospital, and I'm like, yo, where we go? Where we go? What we do? Da 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 da. So they get us to the floor, and when I tell people moving like molasses, like,
Mhm.
oh, well, you can just sit over there in the wheelchair. I'm like, lady, man, are you crazy right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? You guys set us up with this hospital. This is what the physicians were. You know what I'm saying? You guys are supposed to tell us what we're supposed to be doing, not us telling you what we want from you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the compassion just wasn't there for me. Like, it was just a big red flag. And even
Sure.
like when she got in, I feel as though they were doing certain things to her to prolong her birth. They were also introducing to her to things that she didn't necessarily have to have,
Mhm.
just to kind of like keep her inside the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Running up a tab versus me feeling comfortable with our home birth. It was totally different, like
Mm.
totally, totally different. It was stuff that I seen in the hospital that I would never recommend like people to just go and do or even experience. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
just saying that because we sitting here talking right now. That's like real life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a friend. I'm very opposed to hospitals and births. Like, it's just not something that, like, I think Black women especially
Mm.
should have to endure. Like, I
That
think
part.
the pain level that they assume that Black women can tolerate is off the charts
Mm.
in comparison to our counterparts. And I'm not saying, white people shouldn't
Sure.
do home births, but they would let a Black woman sit on the table and go through all kind of excruciating pain and be like, oh, she's fine, it's a part of labor. And I saw that for her. So I didn't want her to go through that for a third
Mm.
time. So when she told me,
So, what was your family's response?
y'all some hippies.
Yeah. We are
Y'all some hippies.
always like
The
Rebellious too.
different
the
people.
Oh,
different
for sure,
people.
for
Yeah,
sure.
we're
Mhm.
always the different people,
For
but
sure.
it's still love and support.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the thing. Like, they expect us to just
Do something random.
something.
Something.
Yes,
Gotcha.
like,
It's in our nature.
yes, it really is. They always like,
Okay, so no real pushback from your family.
no real pushback. They like they'll look at us weird. Like, okay, well, what y'all need? Like,
Right.
all in the same breath. Like,
Right.
Everyone was
okay.
excited
Yes, yes.
The whole village.
because you almost had that baby before I can get there.
Yes,
Baby
yes,
slid out.
real fast. Yes, he almost had to deliver the
I remember
baby.
him trying to go get that hose,
Yeah,
going outside. I'm like, fuck that back.
yo, don't do that. Don't do that.
Nobody's using that.
right,
Don't do
right. And
that.
I had
Don't do that.
I told him, Christine,
Had
like,
one job.
please make
No,
sure
I had
you
a
have
what? I had way more
Yeah,
than
he
one
did.
job. Like, come
He
on.
did.
I was a masseuse. Like, even though y'all, all the masseuse that came to, well, not the masseuse, the chiropractor that came to the house, like, she was dope.
And
Like,
I felt like, although I was a third time mom, I
was
felt
all
like
brand
a
new.
brand new
Yeah, it was brand new.
mom, but it was so more refreshing.
Right.
It was so, like, each visit that we had at your office, I felt like,
I'm going to auntie y'all.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
my
or
cousin
big
house.
cuz,
Yeah, my cousin.
auntie, but like
I mean, you
big
know what I'm saying, it's our
cousin.
family.
Like, I
Yeah.
felt like the smell, like the vibes, we weren't rushed.
Yeah.
It felt like, it just felt so amazing.
Mm.
Like, I don't think I ever returned back to work. Like, after our visits, I would tell them, like, yeah, I'm coming in later.
Like, I'm off.
But yeah, I
Okay.
end
Vibe.
up
It was a
like,
real
well,
vibe, for real.
I
It
end up
was.
saying something like, I can't come in, because it was just, that relief. Like, it was just so amazing. Like, from the first, even from the not the face to face, but the virtual consultation that we had. And I remember
you at work.
Yeah, I was at work. I had to sneak behind the building.
I remember.
I was like, that's my class. And I had to, like, listen, I am interested. How do I sign up?
Right.
And just, I know I can tolerate pain, because that was my fear. Like,
Mhm.
I think a woman that have a home birth probably got to have a high tolerance of pain. So I have to make sure I tell her that, like, I can tolerate pain. I remember saying that, like, I can tolerate pain because of my second child. I stayed at home until
Mhm.
by the time I got to the hospital, I had
Right.
dilated 8 centimeters.
Right, she was
So
ready.
that's why I was like,
That thing
I
be
can
open.
do
For
it.
sure. Good job. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what would you advise other families thinking about home birth, or if they're like maybe considering exploring that option for
Do it.
themselves?
Yes, if
Like,
they
bring
are
it up.
able,
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what your family may think, friends, the world, society. Like, do it.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned before, I forgot the title of the book, but
Mhm.
because I'm a reader and I
Mhm.
started reading a book before I even reached out to you, and just like hearing the stories on how we used to have our births anyway, how midwives
Mhm.
used to care. Like, it's a community spiritual event.
For
Right.
sure.
Like, it's a whole event where you're not supposed to, the hospital way, that's not the
Natural
real
way.
natural way.
Right.
So I would absolutely, if any woman that is considering, or any man that's considering, do it. Do not hesitate, because y'all take care of us, and you show me how to take care of myself, and you show him how to take care of me, and
Right.
you show us as a couple how to take care of each other.
Right.
Like, it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of information that was given like throughout the process. Even though we came like it wasn't halfway, it was like a
No,
little
the
bit before half.
second trimester.
Right, but
Yeah.
like the information that you provided for us, like you know what I'm saying, especially like with the birthing classes, like it's interactive. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, being able
Mhm.
to sit there and see other parents go through the same thing that we going through,
Sure.
also bouncing knowledge off one another, and not feeling like I'm doing this all by myself or trying to be finesse. You see what I'm saying? You're very transparent, very like homey. I think the biggest thing I remember is like the tea and the socks. Like every time we come into the place, y'all just be chilling, but it's just
Chilling.
like it's
Yes.
information that I'm being given, and it's not like it ain't no pressure. You
Mhm.
never made me feel like I was stupid, even though I read. You know, what I'm saying we both avid readers, but it's just like I'm learning. I'm learning through this process, and I can see this process hands on. I don't have to be nervous. You know what I'm saying? Or the way you prepped us was like, look, if this happened, look, go this route. If this happened, go this route. I think you said, get the water hose, but I messed up on that. I dropped the ball.
But it's all
okay.
It's
good.
all good. Yeah.
We
Because
forgive
we
you.
still had the water therapy when you
You
told
got in that
him
shower.
get in the
I
shower.
bathed her real good. Yeah.
Yes.
Got out.
And
Yeah,
the
had a
baby
little
slid
tea.
out.
Oh, he slid
Yes.
straight up out of there. For sure. Yeah,
Yes.
bro came up
Yes.
out of there in no time.
Yes.
It was